once again, I want to thank our crowd. There's great energy from the tip in our building, and also the work and preparation that our staff and players put into this. I thought defensively we were able to, first of all, we really respect the Villanova program, and they're elite in some areas, and I thought that our guys were able to, as Coach Joyner said, take away their fastballs, and so we were able to do that, and for about 34 minutes, I thought we played really good basketball.
Chris, you want to start us off, please?
Elliott set the tone again. Can you just talk about the play again and how he keeps putting it together?
Yeah, the most impressive part of Elliott, other than his defensive tenacity, and he's becoming a real irritant on that side of the ball, but his basketball IQ tonight, their game plan, when we paused at a half, they're playing the ball screens 2 versus 2, and they were literally face guarding the other 3 opponents. And there's a couple teams in our league that are going to play us like that as well. And so when the defense does that, it's a great opportunity for him to be more aggressive, scoring the ball. He's put in the work. He's a good shooter. I mean, look at his jump shot. He's got great balance. He's got a clean release. He's confident. So, he got us going offensively by taking what the game gave him and making shots. And then obviously when the paint opens up, he's pretty special with his decision making and ability to get wherever he needs to get to.
And then there was a possession in the first half when you guys were in recovery and they still couldn't get a shot on you and the crowd was pushing. Do you let yourself appreciate what you're seeing sometimes as a coach, and can you say, wow, that's really what it's supposed to look like?
Yeah, those possessions, yes, absolutely. The things that we feel like are our DNA, that intensity and physicality and togetherness on that side of the ball, and then unselfishness and making servant type of plays where I cut to get you a shot, or Rez got a dunk and right after halftime because he's trying to set a flare in for Yaxel. They played the flare, and Dye made a nice play. So those are the plays that when we're watching, obviously we're extremely talented, but when we're watching the game, it's like, wow, man, that's what these guys are doing is difficult. They're getting all of this newfound attention and love and whatever, and they're still serving their teammates and trying to play the right way. So yes, those are the moments on the bench when we, as a staff, will bump each other and say, man, that's a heck of a play, or wow, that's really unselfish, or man, he's locking up, things like that. So absolutely, but as far as like, are we marveling at the performance tonight? No, like we've got to get a lot better. We have to get better.
Steve?
Dusty, most coaches at this time of the year are trying to find a rotation, trying to find a 7-man rotation that they can depend on, and you've got a 9-man rotation. Talk about the benefits of that for the players and the team, and what that's like to have.
I think we went up 15 or 16 in the first half, and then it was 4 or 5 of the starters were in, and we gave up 2 threes and 1 3 before the media timeout. And it's like, man, like we've played really well. We forced tough shots, and we're only up 9, and we made shots. And first half we were making some shots early, and then the second group came in. They're partially the second unit or whatever, and that lead doubled quickly. And it was like, man, what a luxury. And I went down and told Elliott and the guys that. I said, what a luxury we have where they still have their starters in, and you guys obviously like have them going, and they're having to fight for every catch and every spot. And now this next group comes in, and not only is there no drop off, but there's accelerant on the fire. And so, it's a luxury. We've still got to develop those other guys where when something happens, they're ready to plug and play with the unit that's clicking together. So I thought Oscar Goodman played good ball when his last 5 or 6 minutes definitely earned some trust there. So we're still searching for ways to extend it and look at different things, and we have some unique weapons. So yeah, it's a luxury. Obviously we have we have 9 guys in the rotation that are all starters. I mean, they're all starters at this level on good teams, not just able to play here and start here, but like able to start on a really good team. So yeah, it's a luxury, but also we can't take it for granted, and we've got to continue to share the sacrifice.
Tony?
Yeah, Dusty, a couple times this year you've mentioned shooting sort of determining the margin, and on days where you don't shoot well, you want to have enough to still be able to get wins. But to not shoot it at your normal clip and win by 28 against this team, I guess, what does that say about the way you guys are playing overall?
It just shows how well we're defending, and the shots aren't determining our defensive energy now. I think a lot of times it's human nature that if you watch games on television, you're making shots. When you're making shots, your defensive energy is better and everything's better. I feel like our defensive energy is almost that. It's at a 99 percentile. That's our 100th if we're not making shots. And so that's a real sign of growth and maturity. And now that can all change tomorrow based on, what if we continue to value that stuff over whether the shot's going in. Because, I thought we shot poorly tonight. I thought we had some great looks, paint touch, in, out, no turn threes, and they hit the back of the rim. But also we were on the glass, and we have the athleticism to go get some of those back and get second shots. But absolutely, I mean, for us to win at this margin against a program like Villanova, and they have good players, is a testament to how our offense isn't dictating our defense.
And then one more. Allowing 10 points in the paint and holding that offensive rebounding team to, I think, 6 offensive boards, and one of them came late. I guess, what part are you just the most proud of?
Well, I thought we defended the 3 really well. We had a couple lapses, and I think our guys made adjustments on the fly and covered for each other. So that's always a good sign where they're able to, because it's not as if we have joysticks and the staff or the scout coach is able to maneuver and move guys where they need to make real-time decisions, and they're doing that at a high level. And so does that answer the question? And then as far as the glass, I think Villanova made a trade-off decision where they were sending 3 or 4 back a lot and letting their 5-man go to work on the glass. And so he got a couple early, and then I think our guys they realize that they've got to get a hit on him. They have to outwork him and then trust that their teammates are going to fly in and with a running start and get some of those rebounds. I thought that was probably the biggest difference in keeping them off the glass.
You mentioned the defensive energy. There seems to be a common theme in a lot of these games where you go on a run or two big runs, 3 big runs where the defense steps up and all of a sudden you're up by 20, you're up by 30. Are you seeing anything specifically in terms of how this team is improving defensively game by game, or would you say that they're improving defensively game by game?
No, they're definitely improving game by game. I think they're just understanding each other. They're getting in better shape, basketball shape. Like I said, leading up to the season, I mean, the Cincinnati game seems like a year ago, but Merez and Adai didn't play because they were both out. So they're still getting used to playing with each other. And as we talk about like roster continuity and all those things that go into the new basketball in college and the NBA, where in the NBA they have trouble keeping their rosters together because of collective bargaining rules. And so guys being used to playing with each other, like hooping with each other, is important. And so I think our guys are getting used to hooping with each other on both sides of the ball.
That connectivity or whatever it is that you're already starting to see, and obviously you think there's more there, but how did it come together seemingly so quickly with guys from so many different directions coming in here, and is it further along than you even thought it would be at this stage?
No, I mean, we thought we had a really good team. Obviously we're healthy now and whatnot, but how did it come together? Because you have a group of guys that are committing to each other. They're sacrificing for each other. They're putting their teammates on the same plane or above themselves, and that's the only way it works. Because if these guys are all coming from wherever they came from, and then they're joining a group here that wants to win for Michigan and for each other, and trusting that whatever their personal ambition is going to be there, but it's got to be on the horizon. Then it can happen. But if, once again, that's the only way it works at this level, if you have guys who are really, really playing for each other. And right now we have that.
Quick follow-up, with the way you play defense and your depth, 9, 10 players, is that why you feel comfortable just pushing it every time you get the ball running, transition more or less nonstop?
Yeah, I mean, when we get stops, we're pretty darn good in transition, especially teams that send more to the glass and the floor is a little bit more unbalanced. I thought Villanova did a good job of setting their defense. Those guys were back. We didn't get a lot of our two-side break threes, corner threes that we normally did, and when we did get them, they had good contests. So, but yeah, we have a lot of confidence in our ability to play defensive rebound, and then push and be able to flow into early offense without letting the defense get set and get the appropriate matchups and all those things.
Andrew? Oh, you're good? Okay, Tom?
Yeah, Dusty, your fan base is like, we love this team, let me count the ways. You've gotten the attention of other college basketball fan bases. Tonight, I saw it online. What keeps you and the coaching staff awake at night, though? I mean, are there some things that like you're concerned about right now, even though you're doing so well?
Yeah, I think I've been in this situation before as an assistant, not at this level, like whatever, but you know, I just know that the outside noise is ultimately what causes teams to crumble from within. And so it's a fight daily because our messaging is not what the outside world is messaging and what the outside world values. Like, so we're every single day we're running into a headwind of what they're seeing and hearing and you know, what the young people get today, where they get their pleasure and their dopamine is not what's real. And it's not anyone's fault. It's the same thing. We're all guilty of it. But if we let that in, then we'll become just like a lot of other teams. And there are going to be other teams that go through tough stretches that find the other side of it and they recommit to the team. So, you know, as of today, we're a good basketball team. And if we decide, and we have such great leadership in our locker room, if we decide to continue to not care if we get the shine and the accolades, because we have a couple guys that deserve a lot of attention, media, all the stuff that comes with it, and they're not getting it. And I'm getting too much of it, and a few of our players are getting too much of it, but that's part of it.
Do you have to do a daily focus every day to keep that noise outside that you referred to on the TNT show the other night?
I mean, we try. It's not as if we spend a lot of time on it, but it's a part of our daily messaging because it's everywhere. And the NBA's done such a good job of marketing that is the pinnacle, and that's on the hill. But like it's you know. And I was with Mo Wagner the other day when they were here for the football game, and he said, man, I feel so bad. I spent my entire junior year like wanting to play in the NBA, and he said, man, college is so much fun, and I almost like didn't enjoy like what it was going on at that time, and especially now when you can help your family and you can take care of yourself financially. Like, man, these guys really need to appreciate and enjoy this. So like our guys, just as long as they continue to appreciate the guys in the locker room and what they're sacrificing, giving, because we have a talented basketball team.
Got time for a couple more. Xavier and then Sam.
Adai attempted some, tough passes tonight like he has so far this season. How much of a green light and confidence do you guys as a staff have in him to make those passes at an efficient enough clip?
I mean, Adai's an elite passer. I mean, he's got a gift, and with that proficiency comes probably too much risk at times and too much freedom. But everything's a give and take. You know, if we have him playing cautious and whatnot, he's not going to make those lobs to Merez. And we're always thinking, how are we the best in March? And so if we think something's a real weapon long term, we continue to work on it in his decision making. We're trying to get him in different spots with his catches, which will help his decision making. But we're trying to get him to mitigate risk and stop trying to hit the home runs because you don't need to when you have 4 other really talented players on the court. So, when the game's out of reach, you're up 30-some, these guys are taking some unnecessary risk that are affecting our overall metrics. But it's part of the learning process and growth process. So, but it dies. We have a lot of confidence in his passing ability.
Sam.
You mentioned several times that you still think this team can get a lot better. Can you give like a specific area, offensively or defensively, that you're going to be emphasizing in practice?
Free throws, catch and shoot threes, assists to turnovers. So I thought we had 12 tonight, and I think we had 4 at halftime, so 8 turnovers in the second half. That's not going to get us where we want to get to. You want me to keep going?
Thank you. So does being ranked number 1 not help you in that regard, as far as keeping the noise out?
Does it help? I don't know if it helps or hurts. You don't know, because with it comes more of attention and more people that are just popping up. But I don't know. It's on us. We have a very mature group, and I don't feel like it's in there at all. But we got to constantly be on the fight. But the number 1 ranking, these guys deserve it, man. These guys, what they're doing now to defend and block out all the complacency issues that can creep up on teams. It's a testament to their work, and without a doubt, I don't know if we're off tomorrow. We practice. I haven't talked to staff yet, but next day we're on the court. These guys will be in here for film. They'll be in here working on their games. They'll be in the weight room working. So that's probably the thing that they still want more, and they know that we have to get better if we're going to compete and beat the best night in, night out.
All right. Thanks to everybody.